Welcome into Fish Bowl Sports. My name is Chief here, your charming host. And I
Whoop,
got,
whoop.
let's see, there's a bunch of us in here today. We got Jalen,
Yes, sir.
Bear,
Yes, sir.
and Juicy.
What up?
So if you are watching us on YouTube or Instagram, you see our little support this stream here. You can support the Fishbowl monetarily by scanning a QR code and sending us some money if you want to do that here. We also have a link to our Walmart
If you feel
store.
sorry for us,
Yeah. Commission. We get commission if you make sales on Walmart and stuff. So all that good stuff is there if y'all want to partake in that there. So I'm also live on Facebook as well. You can kind of get like a little bit behind the scene kind of look here. So two different camera angles. No one else is doing it like the fishbowl here. As we're talking about the Raging Cajuns and the Blue Hens, we'll talk about them a little bit. LSU and the Houston Bowl, because we're not going to be doing an episode next week. I hate to break everybody's hearts, but we're not doing no episode next week
we're
here.
taking a Christmas break.
Yeah, getting everybody gets a Christmas break here. We want y'all to spend time with your
I might,
families
act-
and stuff like that too. So
I
that's
might actually cry.
yeah. Everybody worked hard all year. I got a great crew with me right here. So I mean that's kind of the way we do it here. So anyway,
We're just a reflection of our boss. I mean, the boss, the great boss, makes for a great crew.
I
Credit to
tried.
our fearless leader.
I couldn't agree more.
So in the process of doing all this here, let's look at this. Jalen, what you thought about the committee for the college football playoff this year? You think they got it right or do you think they got it wrong? Jalen, you got me.
Oh, what'd you say, T?
Do you think the committee got it right or got it wrong with the picks this year for the college football playoff?
I think the committee got it right. I think when you look because we talked about it before, Chief, me and you, where I was saying that if James Madison versus Tulane, the debate, I felt like James Madison, if they win the Sun Belt title game, which they did, they should be able to get in. And the fact that them and Tulane got in because Virginia lost to Duke in the ACC championship, I think the committee got it right. I think that Indiana definitely should have been number one overall seed, and I think it's gonna be a great playoff.
So what kind of changes? I think that this is like a general, like, open floor discussion right here. What kind of changes are we going to see in the playoff next year, you think? If they stay at 12, what's the requirements going to be? I'll let Bear kick us off here.
Oh
What do you
Lord.
think?
Well,
Oh Lord.
for sure, we got to honor the head-to-head matchups. Let's start with that because that was one of the hottest debates going into the final 12 was like, is the Notre Dame versus Miami head-to-head matchup, Notre Dame versus Texas A&M head-to-head matchup, going to matter in the final decision? And obviously, we can see that it mattered. Now, my personal opinion, I think that only one of these G5 teams should have got in, and then maybe give. I mean, you. I just don't understand that even though Duke is 7-5, you just don't have the ACC champ in the playoffs. Like I just don't understand it.
I mean, they kind of brought on themselves the way they presented it here. They didn't think that Duke. I mean, honestly, ACC needs to have better tiebreaker rules. Honestly, because why is a five-loss team in your conference championship anyway?
Well, I
That's
mean,
insane.
their
There,
conference record was the best over
those
was.
losses came from outside of conference play, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they got to have some kind of like, I, I mean, that's crazy. I mean, the situation was a perfect storm basically for James Madison to get in there, because they were like 24th in the CFP, and there's been several examples. Like the Sun Belt even put like a little graphic, like all the
I still
teams
think
they
they
had
still
ranked
got in though.
toward the like top 20 and stuff like that in their presentation there. So it's not like the Sun Belt hasn't gotten ranked in the CFP. And they wasn't even like the highest ranked Sunbelt team of all time. They kind of just been right there. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting to see what happens there with all that there. But what were you
and
saying, Juicy?
I still think Vandy or Texas or somebody should have got in.
Yeah, and I don't agree with the whole next year Notre Dame, if they're ranked in the top 12, they're guaranteed a playoff spot. I don't agree with that because with the schedule releases that just came out, once again, I think their schedule next year, their opponents have a combined record of like 65 and 100
That
and
means they
something.
can just schedule all FCS schools if they wanted to.
Well, that's what we're gonna see. Like, I mean, it's across the board right now in college football that you have a lot of teams dropping games because the strength of schedule doesn't matter. This is why I don't think the committee should like it should never been formed in the first place. I've been adamant about that, whether I was talking about on the Raging Cajun podcast or the LSU podcast, that this committee shouldn't even have existed, period, since the beginning. But honestly, the CFP is not even an actual NCAA sanctioned tournament. It's just a like kind of like an invitational thing, like the NIT was for basketball. It's not even NCAA sanctioned. So whenever you look at like if the NCAA put together a bracket, like okay, cool, like that's the way they want to do it, but they let somebody else go and do it. Jalen, you want to chime in on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I I agree with the point. First of all, Notre Dame shouldn't be guaranteed anything, especially what they did when they didn't get picked in the playoff. That's first and foremost. But no, to answer the question, T, yeah, we did talk about that, and yes, I feel like that things definitely should change because every year teams are going to get left out until. And I agree with you. That old BCS format, I think that was the best that you've seen with college football the
I think it
last.
would work best for this type of
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Because I mean, like I said, I still think the teams that were supposed to get in got in, but then you're still gonna be one or two teams that's always getting left out, and this format not gonna change. And then you're talking about maybe in the future adding more teams. That's not gonna change anything.
It's
It's all
not.
I
It's
right.
just the same issues
It's all
that we
right when
have.
they come out with that 130 team playoff. Then we'll all be satisfied.
yeah, exactly.
But
What I think,
watch even then, is somebody still gonna get left out.
yep.
Crazy, it's crazy.
It
But what
is.
I
It's
I think what the issues and everything that's going on with the playoff in regards to all that there, I don't think that G5 should be completely left out of it there because everybody likes to say, well, they wouldn't compete on this stage. How would you know if you don't put them in a game? Like the way the sport is now, it is so like you see Indiana, but like I mean they got these big money donors. Look at Texas Tech and stuff like that. Like James
They're
Madison's in there
really
now.
all-time conferences, though.
But what I'm saying is they're not like this is a big bubble that's gonna burst one day. It's gonna happen. There's gonna be too much money involved in it, and it's just it might even destroy some really proud programs. At some point, that it's like you keep adding stuff to it, adding. Like when
That's
it's
when these donors are finally going to be like, what? It's going to be when these donors want change.
well,
like
definitely the bubble's going to burst. Because Chief, I don't know if you saw this, but I should have sent you the video. But now the Big 12 conference as a whole is looking to jump in on this whole the
that thing we were talking about that private. I've seen something like that.
yeah
That private that
yeah
because
the
now
private.
like now you're getting these companies that are for profit in there. They're gonna want to make money. At the end of the day, you're going to turn a profit for these private entities coming into the college football and college athletics in general. And what's that going to look like, right? We're going to have more NIL money there. It doesn't matter how much money that your donors are putting in there because they're not going to be able to watch these big firms. They're like Todd Graves can't compete with like 6 or 7 or 8 million billionaires in this one entity. It just can't happen that way. It would take someone like Elon Musk being like, you know what, I'm going to get in there because he's the richest man on the planet, but he would
Yeah,
even probably have a hard time if
five
like
hundred fifty million.
you know 4 or 5 or 10 or 15 or whoever it's all in these private entity groups getting involved here because if the Big 12's jumping in on it, then you're going to have other ones here. Now I'm just getting updates about someone from Notre Dame like jumping in there and doing. Let's see, I think they got a private. Let's see. Jeremiah Love has declared for the NFL draft. Okay, that's the latest update I got there. Okay.
That's
Um,
no surprise.
yeah, I mean, but like I've seen, I think the quarterback for North Texas jumping the portal today.
Yep, you
Jay
sure
Lag.
did.
yeah, that's the it's it's going to be a bubble that's going to burst. There's going to be too much money into it, and just pumping air. Like if you pump air in a ball too much, what's going to happen to it?
Gonna blow up.
Blow up.
He's
And
gonna
that's
block.
exactly what's going on. Like we got these private entity firms getting involved in everything here. Started with
Yeah,
Utah, then
it's
you talk
gonna.
about the Big 12 jumping in on this here. Watch the
Yeah,
SEC and the Big going to jump in there, and it's going to be a trickle down effect to where does it stop at? That's my question here. I don't think the G5 or the G6 or whoever you want to call it nowadays is going to even benefit from that kind of stuff. It's
no.
crazy that like they're going to reap what they sow, basically, in other words, and they're not going to like the results of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, get some more.
No.
What you
It's
think,
gonna take
Bear?
the federal. It's gonna take the federal government stepping in to do something about this.
Yeah, what you think, Jalen?
Yeah, so at the end of the day, it's always going to be like we talk about a money thing, and I think that I just I want to see what's going to like if you take NIL out of the equation, would this playoff even be a thing
Here.
right now? That's what I think thinking about sometimes.
Well, I mean, the
Like the
playoffs
like
for
the
the
like
way.
the format like the format. I mean,
Well, what I think's gonna happen, and I know G5 fans are not gonna like to hear this. I do think that they're setting the stage up for a G5 playoff because they're gonna supplement income somehow to keep these other programs afloat. Because there's no way that they killed the way that G5 is gonna be like. And that's the crazy thing. I think the G5 could actually like. I think I like a promotion and regulation system going on there. I think that's should be kind of talked about, and something that we have to look at here real quick here, and just kind of see what's going to happen with all that there. But yeah, that's kind of the thing here.
More
Um,
money, more problems.
yeah. So let me ask y'all this: if James Madison beats Oregon, does that change the narrative about how they feel about G5?
I don't
I
think
think
so.
Me, honestly, I'm kind of hoping James Madison does, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I am too.
I don't think it would change the narrative, to be honest with you. Yep, I don't think it would change the narrative at all. Y'all give me a second. My battery died on my camera. I have
well,
yeah.
Oh, not the battery.
It showed me a full battery whenever I went start the stream, and now all of a sudden it wants to die. But it's okay. It's okay. You see, this is
it's
the
okay.
stuff that
I'm
happens
still up.
live. Okay, so I'll let y'all talk about it real quick. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me a second.
What do you want?
But yeah, y'all go ahead and just start talking about like a G5 playoff. It won't take me
Yeah.
long. It's there.
So with the G5 playoffs, I think would it be better 100% for them to do it? I would think so, but I think kicking them out of the college football playoff is just not the answer, though.
No, it's not the answer. Um, I don't know. Then at that point, I feel like you're gonna have some smaller
No.
programs that
Oh.
can't compete in these P4 Power Four conferences. All of a
No.
sudden, I know the revenue and everything that they get, but like they're gonna try to like downsize into the smaller conferences, just dominate everybody. Like
No, that's so true.
maybe like a I'm trying to think like a Nebraska or someone like that, coming into the Sun Belt or and just like dominating everybody.
No, that's also true. And then I think when Chief made up the point when it comes to these non-conference games, they want you to schedule teams in the Power Five, but you got a team like the Cajuns who played a Wake Forest team before and beat them. But Wake Forest is like one of the worst teams in the ACC. So does that really even count of you playing a Power Five team and winning at that point? So
That's
I guess it just depends who you play and how their season goes.
but this is what I propose. This is what I think needs to happen. I think we just need to scrap this. We can keep the college football playoff model, but we need to go like an RPI system, like college baseball and softball and basketball uses.
Hmm.
That would definitely kind of level the playing field.
I think
I
so.
think so. What teams would too. You know what? Their schedules will be different, and then we'll see more competition. They'll schedule more big schools because they want to get that RPI up.
Here.
I mean, it's been like you said, baseball, softball. I mean, it's been working like that for years, and there's never been an issue. So why you can't do it for football? I just want to see the best teams get in, and I really hope James Madison or even Tulane, I just wanted them, or even both, to see. I wanted them to make a deep run and just show that hey, we're not the Power Five, and this is what we can do, and we can upset these teams. And it might not do anything, but I think it could make a difference in some people's eyes if they make a deep run. But yeah, I mean, with James Madison being one of the Sun Belt schools, I mean, they've had the best year going undefeated in the Sun Belt. I mean, you got to give some praise for that. I mean, the Sun Belt's not a weak conference when it comes, especially when it comes to football. Anybody could have won it this year outside of James Madison.
Yeah, it was kind of a wide open Western division for sure. I mean, the Cajuns were one game away after starting, really bad in the year, like 1-3 to start up the first four games and stuff. So, yes, I got my camera stuff situated, guys.
Awesome.
So, y'all ready to pick some bowl games and college football playoff thing? Now, ESPN's thing's a little bit tricky. We
It's
might
so
not even be.
weird.
Yeah,
Let's
because
do it.
so toward the end of it, I don't know if y'all participate in the ESP. We do have a public open group if y'all want to compete with us. We're not really going to push on any socials or anything. But if you do search Fishbowl, I think I named it Fishbowl. I don't even know what I named it. But anyway, if you go look it up there, they have like a little thing at the bottom, like where they got the matchups and stuff, where they're like, oh, winner of Cotton Bowl, winner of Sugar Bowl. I had to go back up and look. So the way they designed it was kind of a weird way to do it, but let's go pick some bowl games here. So we got 20 minutes before, Troy and Jacksonville State kick off here. That is the Salute to Veterans Bowl. Troy taking on Jacksonville State. 73% of America picked Troy, 27% picked Jacksonville State. We'll start off with you, Jalen. Who you picking in those two games?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Troy. I think they'll get the win, kick off things tonight. Get the Sun Belt a win, add another win for the Sun Belt with the bowl game. So I think Troy's gonna win this one.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, I like Troy in this one. They do some pretty good things on offense, and they can move the ball very well. And it hopefully the Sun Belt gets a win.
All right, what you thinking, Juicy?
Go Sun Belt. I'm gonna go with Troy.
You're gonna go with Troy. You know what? I'm gonna go with Echo. You know what? We all agree, so we're all friends. Troy is gonna pick up the win. I agree with America. I think Troy's gonna be able to own the line of scrimmage and control it against Jacksonville State, and they'll get the win over their Conference USA foe. All right. Tomorrow, we have a game that's gonna be happening at 4 o'clock. Old Dominion Monarchs are gonna take on the South Florida Bulls. 92% of America picked South Florida to win. Both are 9-3 on the year. Jalen, you start us off. Who you got in that game?
I've been saying it all year long. I think Old Dominion is one of the was the most underrated team in the Sun Belt, and I'm gonna pick them to win this bowl game. I think
Okay.
their defense has been stingy the last couple of years, and I think they're gonna do it this year. I think they're gonna get the bowl win.
All right. All right. All right. You know the my best Matthew McConaughey impression. What you got there?
Yeah. Initially I thought maybe that you know initially I thought maybe that Old Dominion was kind of outmatched in this one, but I don't know. The more I looked at the matchup and stuff, like Jalen said, I think Old Dominion's got a chance to pull this off against South Florida. And Alex Golden's leaving for Auburn. So that South Florida's dealing with that. So yeah, I like Old Dominion's chances in this one. I think they're gonna do it.
Yeah, Old Dominion. They. I mean, only 8% of people picked them, so I'm kind of surprised y'all both kind of going that direction. Juicy, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go with Old Dominion as well.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna be on the island. I'm gonna pick South Florida. I think Old Dominion's got a good defense, but I don't think they have enough to be able to stop South Florida's offense. But look, I think
Whatever Bear picks, because
That's
he got
that's fair.
I just think
That's
it's not.
fair.
Later on tomorrow, the Louisiana Raging Cajuns,
Woo
they're
woo.
6-6, are going to take on the Delaware Blue Hens. They're also 6-6. America is siding with the Raging Cajuns. 82% of America picked the Cajuns. 18% picked the Delaware Blue Hens. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I'm going. We'll be biased as I say always, but I'm going with the Cajuns. I mean, no one thought once Walker Howard went down game one, the Cajuns were struggling. They thought the season was over from the get go, and the Cajuns were able to get the bowl eligibility and earn a bowl game. They're going to win this one against Delaware.
Bear, who you got in this game?
Yeah, like Jalen said, when Walker Howard went down, the Cajuns struggled throughout the year to find offense, and I think they finally got it figured out with our man Lunchbox there. So, give me the Cajuns to win this one.
Juicy, who you got in this game? Juicy actually went to, I forget what game you came visit us, Juicy.
It was when Lunchbox came in during the game or something.
Oh, was that Marshall? That was the double
Yeah,
overtime.
that was Marshall. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Old
Jalen,
Lunchbox, whatever you call him.
was that the same game we ran to Jalen? Was that all of us over there?
I don't know.
Was it the same? Wait, wasn't the double overtime game?
I think
can't
I
remember.
left. I think I left early.
You did leave early that game, but I don't remember which one it was. Oh wait, yeah, we ran into some friends over there, Jalen. I'm trying to remember who they were playing that game. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember, but anyway, we all been at Cajun Field this season. I think except for Bear. Sorry, Bear.
No, it's all
I'm,
good.
The stadium
I'm
is
a,
beautiful. You got to
I'm a,
check it out.
I got.
I'm gonna pick.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna pick I'm gonna pick the Cajuns though, man. If for nothing else, because I like the nickname Lunchbox. Anybody with that deserves a chance to win.
Look, here's what I'm thinking here. So Delaware has a very good passing offense. They are in the top 10 in the country in terms of passing yardage and stuff like that. I know all that's good noise and stuff like that there. But Cajuns are actually full strength for this game, for the bowl game. In case a couple of weeks ago or like last week or so, if you haven't been paying attention, Tyree Skipper is coming back for the Cajuns for this is his last hoorah as a senior. This is he had got suspended with that fight with Texas State. So good. That nice shot in the arm for the Cajuns, and they're able to survive against Arkansas State with all those suspensions they have, and end up getting that fifth win, and they end up beating ULM the following week at Cajun Field, Our Lady of Lord Stadium. So you know what? I can't go against the Cajuns in this game. I think they're riding a good wave of momentum here. I think the Cajuns will end up beating Delaware.
Funny.
Also, this is a big game for Dez. I know Bear and Juicy haven't been following the Cajun side of things very much so, but I think this is a very key moment in the Desimo tenure because
Funny.
It is.
since
It
Go
is.
ahead.
since 2022, Dez has not won a bowl game. He won the one bowl game when Napier left for Florida in 2021, but whenever he took over the reins as head coach, he hadn't won one since then. So I know the technicality is he did win a bowl game in 21, but I don't really count it as much.
But we don't count it. I mean, nothing against Dez. I ain't trying to
Nothing
be
against Dez,
disrespectful. Yeah.
but 22 was his year. 21 was Billy's year. I know he was on the
Do
coach.
we still count that New Orleans Bowl victory? All them years back, they got stripped.
You know what? Here's my thing about suspended games or whatever. And the way it is now, it's all legal now to pay people and stuff like that too. So if the games happen, you know who won, you know who lost. I mean, for record book's sake, you could say yeah, whatever. But we were there when those games happened. So
Funny thing was with this one, when I saw the logo, I thought, why is UL playing Michigan? I had to double take that. And look
oh
at
yeah, the helmet.
How are they playing Michigan?
They had the lighter shade of like blue compared to Michigan. They have that light shade of blue. Oh, that reminds me. Before we go on to Kennesaw State and Western Michigan, so there was a video of this guy playing college football 26 and stuff, and he's like, "Oh man, I picked the wrong school," because he thought he picked Michigan, and he ended up picking Delaware, and he goes on the field because he wanted to wear Michigan's helmet and stuff. He picked the wrong school. because he was like a recruit. They got like a creative player kind of class and stuff. He's like, oh man, I want they sent me here.
I would have been so mad,
He picked the wrong school to start off.
so mad. He
But
better
hey,
grind it out. He better grind it
yeah,
out.
he could grind it out for 12 games and go hit the transfer portal
Yeah, exactly.
and go to Michigan. Anyway, Kennesaw
No,
State Owls taking on Western Michigan. 60% of people are picking Kennesaw State to win. Western Michigan only 40%. So this was more dead even. This is the Myrtle Beach Bowl. It's going to be on ESPN. 10 a.m. on a Friday. Ooh, that's an early start to a
That
game.
is early.
Jalen,
Very early,
you're
my
going to start
lord.
us off here. Who you got in this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna say the early game. That's so early. I think Kennesaw State they're gonna be wake up and be ready to to play and win.
The Owls up early is what
The
Jalen
Owls
Well,
up
said.
they are
early. Yep.
nocturnal. They are nocturnal creatures, technically.
Well, then we staying up all night. That's an all night. Bear, what you thinking?
yeah, man, Kennesaw State. That's I don't know. I don't know if you have Cinderella seasons in college football, but after going 2-11 last year and then winning the conference championship and making a bowl game this year, I mean, how can you pick against them?
All right, Juicy.
Hey, I'm a fan of feel good stories, man. I think I'm gonna go with Kennesaw State too.
You know, overall, the MAC isn't as good of a conference. I think Conference USA might. I mean, it's kind of debatable which one you think's better.
Is she
I
done
do
with
think
that?
Conference USA might be a little bit better than the MAC, honestly,
Is she
this
done?
year. But I'm gonna go with Kennesaw State though. I think they'll end up beating Western Michigan, and that's who I'm gonna go with and lock in my bowl pick here. So, if y'all want to play along with the rest of the fishbowl crew, we do have a group thing here in case y'all are joining the live later or whatever. We do have one there. If y'all want to come join us on ESPN, it is. I'm not gonna promote it too much. It's just you know, if y'all want to have a group just to hang out with, it is what it is. All right, the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. NC State, well, no, Memphis Tigers, 48% picked them, and NC State, 52% picked them. Very close. No, I know Memphis is having a new head coach. Southern Miss's old head coach, Huff,
Yeah.
went over there. Jalen, who you got in this game?
That's a tough one. I think I'm gonna go with Memphis. I'm gonna go with Memphis in this one, even though I think both teams are evenly matched.
That's fair. Who you got, Bear?
You know what? I think I'm gonna take. I'm gonna take. I'm gonna go against Memphis in this one.
Oh, you going NC State? Juicy, who
Yeah.
you got? I mean, you go. Yeah, you going NC. Okay, we're split 1-1. Juicy, who you going with?
I'm gonna go with Memphis.
Oh, 1-2. Well, you know what, Bear? I'm coming along with my boat, buddy. We're gonna both be on the island together. Give me NC State, baby. I got NC State beating Memphis. Our first college football playoff first round game. Number 9 Alabama Crimson Tide taking on number 8 Oklahoma Sooners. 48% of America picks Alabama. 52% pick Oklahoma. It's gonna be on ABC,
It's
ESPN.
played in Norman, ain't it, huh?
It is going to be in Norman, which this is my favorite thing about the playoff that we actually start go. I kind of wish we'd not even do the bowl locations. I love like a playoff game on a college campus, dude. That is such a
That is one thing I do like about the rules, though.
that is the
You
coolest
have
thing
the
in the
first
world.
round. The first round's played at the college, at the campus.
Yeah, but like I would be okay with this the sugar orange and like the BCS bowls be like the semifinal kind of thing instead of like just the random bowls. But anyway, let's get down to it here. Jalen, who are you picking out of these two teams here?
Man, I've been thinking about this ever since I looked at the playoff, heard it on ESPN. I think Alabama's gonna beat Oklahoma.
Okay, okay. Bear?
No, man. Come on, Alabama. I mean, yeah, Oklahoma. It was a close game last time, but I mean, Alabama's. I don't know if I'm assuming both their running backs are still going to be out. And I mean, in the SEC championship with Georgia, they had -3 rushing yards. And unfortunately, Kalen DeBoer is not Kirby Smart or Nick Saban. You can beat Alabama twice in the same year. So I'm going Boomer Sooner.
You're going Boomer Sooner. Juicy, who you got in this game?
I'm on board with Oklahoma winning. I mean, I think Georgia really exposed Alabama's running game. Alabama didn't look good against Georgia at all. Honestly, I think, and Brent Venables and Oklahoma does have a pretty decent defense. I think they'll feed off that Georgia game for sure and make Alabama too one dimensional and easier to beat. I think honestly Oklahoma's been Kalen DeBoer's kryptonite since he's been in Alabama, so I have no reason to change my pick. I'm gonna go with Oklahoma.
All right. So okay. So we got Bear and Juicy saying Oklahoma, but then I
I,
see Jalen
I
over
just
there
don't
with
like Alabama.
Alabama.
I,
Man,
I don't like them either, but I try not to be biased. But Kalen DeBoer ain't done well against Oklahoma.
so I always like this assertion of it is very hard to repeat the beat a team or
But this ain't Nick Saban's Alabama though.
I know. This ain't no Nick Saban's Alabama. I don't think it was gonna. It's very hard to keep a roster these days or whatever apart. But Oklahoma has John Mateer, and he's a great quarterback. I'm kind of surprised he wasn't in the Heisman running, but I think that injury has something to do with that
That
earlier.
hurt. Yeah, that injury probably had
That
messed him
probably
up.
hurt his like Heisman chances here. But um, I. You know what? You know what? I might be jumping on the wagon, but there's something I see about that wagon. It's off the track a little bit. It's gonna topple over. Roll Tide. Alabama knocks off Oklahoma in advances.
Fell off the
Miami
track.
yeah, number 10
Let's
Miami
have it then.
taking on number 7 Texas A&M. So 22% of America picks Miami. 78% pick the Aggies of A&M. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Where's
Yeah,
Miami?
I'm going with the Aggies. I don't know if I could
Look,
trust Miami on offense to not turn the ball over. I'm gonna go with Texas A&M.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, I said that about Carson Beck earlier this year, and then he comes out and throws 4 touchdowns. I don't remember what game it was, but yeah, this game's played in College Station at Kyle Field. It's a no-brainer. You got to go with Texas A&M.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go. Yeah, being that mostly because there's games in College Station, I'm gonna go with the Aggies. But I wouldn't be surprised if Miami wins. I mean, Carson Beck's been in the SEC, and he's got that experience. But I'm gonna go with the Aggies.
Here's the thing with Beck, though, and I want everybody to understand this. He's either going to throw for 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns or whatever, or he's going to throw 4 or 5 interceptions. There's no in between with
Yeah,
him.
exactly.
He's very inconsistent.
It
He's
depends
Jekyll.
on which Carson
He,
Beck's gonna
he
show
is
up,
a
and that's how
he is
Miami's
a
gonna
Jekyll
go.
and Hyde player. If I
And
ever
that's how
did see
Miami's
one,
game's gonna go. Is how
he's
which one he shows, which one shows
I
up.
honestly, I'll be honest with y'all. I don't think it matters if he's Jekyll or Hyde in this game. I still think A&M wins. I think A&M's defense is going to overpower Miami's offensive line. I think they're going to get into the backfield, and y'all all said it. Kyle Field, right? College Station.
The
That
12th
makes a big
man.
difference. The 12th man. I think that makes a big difference in this game, and that's why you want to get home field advantage for the playoffs. Give me the Aggies to knock off the Hurricanes. Number 11, Tulane Green Wave, taking on number 6, Ole Miss. 8% pick Tulane, 92% pick Ole Miss. Jalen, who you got in this game?
All right, I know Lane Kiffin's gone to LSU, and everybody's saying, "Oh, okay, Ole Miss. Hey, they could stay. They don't need Lane Kiffin to win." But you got other people on the other hand saying, "Hey, Ole Miss could be in trouble." I still think Ole Miss is going to beat Tulane, regardless of Lane Kiffin was there or not. So I'm going with Ole Miss.
What you thinking, Bear?
I don't know. John Summerall is going to be coaching in this
Yeah,
game
he is
now.
allowed to coach Tulane.
Lane Kiffin's gone, but Charlie Wash Jr. still the offensive coordinator until after Ole Miss's playoff run is done. That was one of the stipulations of the contract. But the game earlier this year wasn't as close as we thought it was going to be. But you know what? I'm thinking of the distraction of Lane Kiffin gone and the players, and I'm gonna pull an upset here. I'm gonna pick Tulane to
Ooh.
win this game.
Juicy, who you got?
Wow, that's all I'm gonna say. Wow. Well, you know what? I find it hard to believe that one person would pick such a crazy pick like that. Because you know what? A second person's picking a crazy pick like that. Me, I think Tulane's gonna pull this off.
Ah, my man, my man.
Okay, I do. I do want. I want Tulane to win this game because I think it would destroy the narrative that that the G5 or the G6 does not belong in the playoff. But I think even if they win, it would it they sometimes whenever you say stupid stuff and you got to keep believing the lie that you're saying, that's kind of thing where I'm feeling about it. But if okay, back to the sidetracking this a little bit here. If I was LSU, I'd have let Ole Miss rot, bro. I wouldn't have gave them any of those coordinators going over there to go help out Ole Miss to take on Tulane. But I guess the SEC probably stepped in on behind the scenes, like, hey, you need to help out Ole Miss. Something happened, is all I'm saying. But anyway, because the whole green wave being in New Orleans in your own backyard, that
I
kind of
hope
thing.
both these G5 schools win. Honestly, though.
I would love for both of them to win. But I'm gonna go with Ole Miss. I just think that all the other help they're gonna get is gonna be too much for Summerall and Tulane. But I'm gonna be pulling for Tulane, man. Be pulling for. I think Ole Miss is gonna get it done on the field here. Now the next one here, the first round matchup between number 12 James Madison taking on number 5 Oregon Ducks. 4% of people picked James Madison. 96% picked Oregon. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Now, I've been thinking about this one for a while. I've been talking about it, and I'm gonna back up what I've been saying about the G5. James Madison deserved to be in. I'm gonna pull the upset. I think James Madison is gonna win this one.
Garrett, who you got in this game?
You know what, Jalen? I like the way you think because I was just literally thinking like, man, I was thinking like this is a 12-5 and a college basketball and March Madness. Normally, your 12-5 is your upset pick. You know
Hmm.
what? I'm taking that number 12. Give me the James Madison Dukes to beat the Ducks.
Oh man, bro, they're always getting intense,
This
juicy.
is wild,
We
man.
we go we
Okay,
go we going for 3 for a what?
no, I was gonna say, as much as I like it, man, and I want, I'm gonna back off. Now I'm a little bit more confident in the. I'm a little bit more confident in the Tulane Ole Miss one. I ain't nearly as confident in picking James Madison against Oregon. Honestly, I don't even think this game's gonna be close. Really, I'm pulling for James Madison, but I think Oregon's just gonna run a 70 burger up on James Madison. Honestly,
Dang. Okay, he dropped. You saying 70 points on a?
I'm
Okay.
thinking 70
70.
points.
All right.
Whoo.
70.
All right. Look, I want y'all to. Okay, I'm gonna throw some little bit of history at y'all a little bit here. Okay. In the
Okay.
Pac-12, who was Oregon's biggest Achilles heel?
Uh,
Pop
Wasn't it
quiz.
U-
Washington? Wasn't it Washington?
Not really. You got to go further south.
USC, huh? Or UCLA?
No, you're in the wrong state.
Oregon State?
Utah.
No. Utah. The running Utes.
Utah used to do this whole like ground and pound kind of style of offense. And guess who's got the same kind of offense?
James Madison.
James Madison does. They're very good at
Yeah, but
running.
I just don't think they quite
Oh,
have the
Juicy, I'm gonna
talent
say
level,
this to
though.
you, buddy. Oregon's not gonna get the ball that much if they able to establish that running game there. And James Madison throws a little dink dunk passes short, and they can throw it deep too. Not a lot of people have watched this James Madison team this year. Not like me. And I've watched Oregon and I watched James Madison. I'm gonna tell you this. It's one up front in the trenches. I don't know if Oregon's got enough up there to go take on James Madison's front five. And I think they're being slept on. Like, okay, think about this Indiana's team this year. A lot of them came from where?
James
Sunbelt,
Madison.
James Madison.
Yeah, a lot of them transferred over to from James Madison to Indiana. Maybe that's the thing. I think a lot of people are sleeping on that. You know what? Bear, Jalen, y'all got a sword for me?
Yeah, I'll pass you one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's the Three Musketeers, and the Three Musketeers have picked James Madison to win. I'm the third one. James Madison
Hey,
knocked
I
off
hope y'all
Oregon
right,
Ducks.
man. Hey, I hope y'all are right.
Famous Idaho Potato Bowl. Washington State Cougars 6-6. 69% of America picked them to take on Utah State Aggies. 6-6, 31%. Part of the Pac-2 is Washington State. Jalen, who you got in this game?
So the Pac 2, I can't believe it's still a thing, but I'm gonna go Washington State.
Gonna go Washington State. All right, Bear, who you got in this game?
Yeah, like Jalen said, the Pac-2. I mean, and they might as well call themselves the Pac-2 high school uh, division next year because with these new teams coming in. But yeah, I'm gonna go Washington State as well.
All right. Juicy, who you got?
I'm gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna go with the favorite, Utah State.
Utah State. All right. Going for an upset here. I got give me the
Yeah, it's
Cougars.
not.
Old
It's not.
Faithful, baby. Old
Yeah, well,
Faithful.
technically that would be an upset. Yeah, 2.5 points there, underdogs.
Bushes. Bushes. Let's see. Toledo Rockets and Louisville Cardinals are taking on each other.
That's the Orlando Bowl, Fuel Bowl,
Let's see.
The Boca Raton Bowl.
Boca Raton.
Boca.
Yeah, I was trying to read it. I couldn't see the name of it. I was like, I didn't scroll down far enough.
Very, very ironic. We don't have a minor league Florida team playing in this one.
Yeah, very interesting. What you think, Jalen? Toledo, 66% picked them, 94% picked Louisville. Who you got?
Yeah, I think Louisville started off the season great, had a couple losses, but hey, they got the ball ability. They play pretty well. I'm gonna go with Louisville.
Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, same. Louisville started off good, started off hot, and then they had those couple losses, but they ended up beating was it Clemson or Miami for their knocked them off of it. That was their first loss of the year. So Jeff Brom's Louisville offense is pretty good. I'm gonna pick Louisville.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Man, I don't know what to think sometimes, man. You don't know who's gonna sit out, who's gonna play on both sides. This could honestly really go either way. It's not like it used to be, like I said, but I'm gonna go with Louisville.
I got Louisville. I mean, like, there's so much going on with the transfer portal. You don't really know, like, yeah, like Juicy was alluding to, like, you don't know who's gonna be like available, who's sitting out. There's so much going on. So, but I think Louisville does enough to beat Toledo. The New Orleans Bowl. I'm just gonna miss being in New Orleans because we're gonna be over there during the weekend. I might run into some Southern Miss fans. Western Kentucky taking on Southern Miss here. Southern Miss lost their head coach Charles Huff went to Memphis, so that is a interesting thing going on there. Western Kentucky's 8-4. Southern Miss is 7-5. 83% of America has picked Western Kentucky. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Now listen, they have not been good over the last couple of years, and finally this year, Southern Miss is good again. When it comes to football, I'm going with Southern Miss.
Okay, Juicy, who you? I mean, not Juicy. Bear, who you got?
Yeah, I like the Southern Miss feel good story, but that Western Kentucky offense that held LSU's off or Western Kentucky team held LSU's offense to 24 points. I mean, even though considering how bad LSU's offense is, so I'm gonna pick Western Kentucky in this game.
Juicy, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Western Kentucky.
I've watched both these teams this year, and I think Western Kentucky's just a better team. A little bit of an edge there. I think maybe a 10-point win for Western Kentucky over Southern Miss. That's what I'm going with because I mean the distraction that Southern Miss losing their head coach and they do have some players from their team hitting the portal, so it's kind of going to be an interesting thing to see what's going to happen with them there. So we'll see what happens. Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, UNLV Rebels taking on Ohio Bobcats. The Rebels have 89% of people that play this game pick them, and 11% for Ohio. Jalen, who are you going with in this one?
Let's see who I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with the Rebels in this one.
I'm going to go with the Rebels. Bear, who you got?
Man, this is like a East versus West, like as about as East versus West as you could get. But yeah, I'm gonna take the fighting Dan Mullins.
The fighting Dan Mullins. What you thinking, Juicy?
I was gonna say the same thing, man. I'm gonna go with the fighting Dan Mullins.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Dan Mullins too. UNLV, I think they'll do enough to get the win over Ohio. I think they'll be able to pick up the win, and improve on their 10-win season. 11-3 looks like they're gonna finish this year. Sheraton Hawaii Bowl, California Golden Bears taking on Hawaii Rainbow
And Hawaii,
Warriors.
not surprising.
67% pick Cal, 33% pick Hawaii. Technically, I mean, Cal does have to cross the ocean, but this is technically as close of a matchup for you know, Hawaii. This is like a literally like a backyard game to them. They're the home team basically. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I think the Cal players are going to have a nice little mini vacation in Hawaii, and they're going to come out with the win.
All right, Bear, who you got in this game?
I'm taking the home team. Give me the Rainbow Warriors.
The Rainbow Warriors. Who you got, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Golden Bears, man.
You know what? Give me some honey because I think the Golden Bears are going to get plenty of it in Hawaii. Give me the Golden Bears to win. Game above Sports Bowl. I don't even know where that one's at actually.
I don't even know.
I wonder. Let me see what the preview says. That's a kind of an interesting
Isn't
thing.
that in Fenway Park or something?
They changed. It might be. You might be right, Juicy.
Or Yankee
Which one is
Stadium?
that?
No, Ford Field. It's in Detroit. They change these
Oh,
sponsors
Detroit.
every year.
No, the
So yeah,
Pinstripe Bowl is Yankee Stadium, and then the
yeah,
Fenway Bowl
that's,
is the Park.
yeah. Central Michigan Chippewas 7-5 take on Northwestern Wildcats 6-6. 86% of America got Northwestern winning this one. Is that enough to sway your vote, Jalen?
It absolutely is, because I'm going to go with Northwestern.
Who you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Northwestern in this one.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I got Northwestern.
Yeah, we're gonna clear it. I think this is like only our second time that we cleared across the board. I got Northwestern winning too. New Mexico Lobos taking on Minnesota Golden Gophers. What you thinking, Jalen?
I'm going to go with the Lobos in this one.
You're gonna go with the Lobos. All right.
Go with the Lobos. I'm going to change the narrative.
All right. What you thinking, Bear?
Man, North versus South matchup. Cool. And this is what, the Sun Bowl, I think.
It's the Rate Bowl. That's what they call
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay. Next thing you know, we're gonna have the Game of Thrones Bowl and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Lobos.
What you thinking, UC?
I'm gonna go with the Golden Gophers.
I'm gonna disagree with you, Juicy. I think New Mexico wins this one. I'm going with the Lobos. I think they'll pick up the win. Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, Florida International taking on UTSA Roadrunners. 7-5 is Florida FIU this year. UTSA is 6-6. 77% of America has picked UTSA to win this game here. Jalen, what you thinking?
Man, I know what America said, but I'm going to go with FIU in this one.
Okay. Bear, who you got?
Tell you what, I'm gonna take the Roadrunners.
All right. What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Roadrunners as well.
I'm sorry, Jalen. You're gonna be island by yourself, buddy. I'm taking the Roadrunners.
It's fine.
I just don't. Gold Bowling Military Bowl. This one's interesting matchup to me. Pittsburgh Panthers taking on East Carolina. 90% taking the Pittsburgh Panthers. Jalen, I'm surprised there ain't no military teams in this game. What you thinking, Jalen?
Yeah, but that's kind of shocking to me too. But I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh in this one.
What you thinking, Bear?
Man, it's like an old Big East conference matchup right here. Pitt versus what was it?
East Carolina.
I'll tell you what. Give me the Pirates. I'm taking
You're gonna
East
go with
Carolina.
the Pirates. What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with Pitt.
I'm going with Pitt too. I'm sorry, Barry. You're gonna be on the island by yourself this time around.
All good.
Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the Clemson Tigers. 25% of America picked Penn State. 75% picked Clemson. Jalen, who you got in this game?
James Franklin getting let go of Penn State was a loss. I think. I have to see what they do next year because I think I'm gonna go with Clemson in this one.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, Penn State's had a feel good story, coming back fighting for bowl eligibility, but I just don't think that. I think Clemson's got too much. I'm gonna take the fighting Davos.
Taking the Fighting Davos. What you thinking, Juicy?
Well, Penn State only signed like 2 recruits. They lost a bunch of people in the transfer portal when James Franklin left and all that, and they got a lot of mess going on. I'm gonna go with Clemson.
So I'm going to say this here. I think we might be witnessing the fall of the Penn State program. I think that's going to hurt them this year after losing Franklin. I think it was a mistake. Um, but that being said, I got Clemson winning this game over Penn State here to pick up the win over Penn State. Wasabi Fenway Bowl, UConn taking on Army. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go with Army in this one.
What you thinking, Bear?
This is a very unique matchup uh, with these two teams. But you know what? The UConn, I don't know. I haven't seen too much out of them, but I know what Army can do. I know how they love to. So give me the triple option in this one.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Black Knights.
You know what? It's kind of funny. I think we cleared it again. Give me the Black Knights, man. Go Army, beat UConn.
Hmm.
Number 22, Georgia Tech taking on number 12, BYU. Georgia Tech, 27% of America picked them. 73% of America picked BYU. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with BYU in this one. They played a great championship game against Texas
This
Tech.
is also the first trophy that is a toaster, the Pop Tarts Bowl.
I think, and they get an edible Pop Tart too or something.
It actually works. I seen them mess with the trophy today. They got two little slots. You put the little Pop Tarts in there. they, what you
Well,
thinking there?
I will say this: if neither one of these teams come out with sprinkles or frosting on the uniform or on the helmet, they both should lose.
That's fair.
But I'm gonna take BYU in this one.
All right, Juicy, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna take BYU.
Look, I think BYU is gonna win this game here. I think they just got overmatched against Texas Tech. I mean, it's they lost
Twice.
to twice. That's their they had that's their Achilles heel for this year, and I think they're gonna come out and play really well against Georgia Tech, and I think they'll pick up the win. Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl. Miami, Ohio taking on Fresno State Bulldogs. Who you got, Jalen?
So I'm gonna go with Miami, Ohio in this one.
Bear, who you picking for the S to the N to the OOP to the DOGG bowl?
Oh, yeah, give me Miami. I don't know. I kind of looked at this one earlier, and I was thinking maybe Fresno State, but I don't know. Miami of Ohio, they're one of those teams that you really don't hear a lot about, and they just come out and just like put on a show for you.
I gotta see this matchup, man. Who you got there? Juicy.
I'm gonna go with Miami, Ohio.
Interesting. I'm gonna go with the Bulldogs. I think Fresno State's gonna do enough to beat the Red Hawks. Now, I know some of us probably picked this before the news broke today. The New Mexico Bowl, number 25, North Texas Mean Green taking on San Diego State Aztecs. Jalen, 87% of America picked North Texas. Who you going with this one?
Yeah, I was gonna go with North Texas also. I mean, them against Tulane for that spell. That was a good one.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, with North Texas quarterback, saying he's transferring out. I mean, I was matchup favored them, but I think I'm gonna pick against North Texas now.
That's fair. What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Aztecs as well.
I'm gonna go with North Texas. I think that even though they're losing their starting quarterback, I think they'll figure something out to go in the game there. So we'll see what happens. Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, number 19 Virginia Cavaliers taking on Missouri Tigers. Who you got, Jalen?
That one is gonna be so close. I I had a tough time even picking this. I'm gonna. Oh, it's tough. I'm gonna go Missouri.
Bear, who you got?
Yeah, like Jalen said, this one is going to be a good game. It's a tough matchup, but Missouri, I mean Virginia lost a couple of games, one for sure that they shouldn't have lost, and then losing to Duke in the ACC championship. So you know what? I'm gonna pick the fighting Eli. I'm gonna pick the fighting Drinks in this one.
All right. Who you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with Missouri.
You know what? I don't know if Virginia's front can stop Amon Hardy in Missouri's offensive line. I think they're going to win the battle of front the line of scrimmage. Give me the Missouri Tigers to knock off the Cavaliers of Virginia. Kinders Texas Bowl, LSU taking on number 21 Houston. 58% of America picked Houston to beat the LSU Tigers. Jalen, who do you think takes that one?
I don't want to be a hater. I don't, but I think I have to go with Houston.
Do it, attaboy, Jalen.
Hmm.
Going with Houston. Bear, who you got in this game?
Look, okay, you probably know where I'm about to go with this, but look, Jalen, it's not about being a hater. It's about being realistic. And the fact of the matter is that our offense sucks, and we cannot run the ball, we cannot throw the ball. So I'm gonna be number two of that 58% and pick U of H, the Fighting Cougars, to beat our LSU Tigers.
All right. Juicy, who you got in this game?
Man, I'm a I'm gonna join the ranks of the 58%. I'm gonna go with Houston as well.
I know it's been a disappointing season for LSU, but I think they got something to prove in this game. You know what? They're gonna silence all y'all. They're gonna silence Jalen. They're gonna silence Bear. They're gonna silence Juicy. I think LSU is gonna win this game, but led by their defense. I think their defense does enough in this game. They're gonna score a touchdown in this game. Watch it. They're gonna get a pick, and
Maybe
that's
just
pretty
one.
That's fair. I mean, the defense been playing pretty well. That's fair.
I mean, if Pickett gets the pick, then yeah, I'll be like, all right.
J
Yeah,
J Lab taking J Lab Birmingham Bowl taking on Georgia Southern. I mean they're not taking on anybody. They're just sponsored the bowl. Georgia Southern taking on App State. This is a Sun Belt matchup that has
yeah,
caused a lot of like deep. This is a rivalry game too.
a Sun Belt
Deep,
matchup for a bowl game. Like, see,
deeper,
are we
How
really?
that happened?
deeper than hate. Yeah.
I knew that was gonna happen.
What you thinking, Jalen?
I'm gonna go with Georgia Southern. I wish they didn't have to go against each other, but I had a feeling that was gonna happen. But I'm gonna go with Georgia Southern.
So you want to like
Put
do
your
you want to
undies on.
like explain what happened
Put your undies
with
on.
this, Jalen?
What?
Like the why we ended up with two Sun Belt teams in a bowl game.
Well, because one is because a certain team backed out, and that did a whole loop with the college football landscape when it came to picking these bowl
Put
games.
your underwear on.
Yep.
Put your underwear on.
So a lot of teams basically backed out, and that's how we ended up with a 5-7 App State team. That probably would have been staying home if they didn't.
Yeah, because App State was not supposed to get in. App State was not supposed to get in. But hey, when you have teams that back out, especially big
Put your underwear
teams,
on.
I
Like
mean, what
Kansas
can you
State
go?
was
Yeah,
one of them. I know another Big
yeah,
12 team was. Notre Dame was another one. That's three of them right
yeah.
there.
Notre Dame was the big one. They had other ones
Notre
that
Dame,
backed out too.
yeah, Notre Dame was the one that kind of like I think they're supposed to be in the Pop Tart Bowl, I think, or something. And they, it caused a big old, everybody going together. What you think, Bear?
Yeah, yeah. There was like two or three. There was like two for sure that for App
And
State.
a bunch of
That
5-7 teams backed out too.
Yeah, so like we were down to like our 17th option, I guess, and it's a Sun Belt matchup. But yeah, give me Georgia Southern.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Hello.
Hey, got you. What's
Oh,
up?
I lost y'all thought for a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Georgia Southern in this game.
I'm agree with you. I think Georgia Southern is going to beat App State and go to 7-6 on the year. This bowl game, man. So the Raydance Technologies Independence Bowl in Shreveport, Louisiana. Now, I have a personal story about this game. Me and Mike Honcho went up there and we froze our butts off a couple of years ago.
Yo, yeah, it was like -7 the wind
It was
chill or
negative, like
something.
about a -5 degree wind chill. It was 4 degrees. It hurt to blink. Let me tell you that. I could not feel my feet at the end of the game. We stayed the whole entire game. And when we walked back, I couldn't feel my feet. I thought I lost some toes. But you know what? I still got all 10 of my toes right now as of this moment. So, Jalen, it's Coastal Carolina, 6-6, taking on Louisiana Tech, 7-5. This is a literally right down the road trip for La Tech. These are going to be two Sunbelt schools that are going to be playing against each other. I'm thinking that La Tech's going to say that they're in the Sun Belt in 2026 based on recent schedule changing moves that I've seen from UL and Southern Miss and others like that. So, who you got in this game, Jalen?
Well, I got a lot of tech in this one.
Who you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, this is basically a home game for La Tech. I'm taking the Bulldogs.
Who you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, like Bear said, it's a home game for La Tech. I'm gonna go with Louisiana Tech.
I got Louisiana Tech winning this one. I think they'll pull out the win here. The Liberty Mutual Music City Bowl. You want to talk about home field advantages? Tennessee taking on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Who you got, Jalen?
I think the Volunteers are going to take this one.
All right, Bear. Who you got in this game?
I wouldn't consider. I mean, it is technically, but I mean, Knoxville to Nashville is like a 2.5, 3 hour drive. So I mean, it's still kind of a road trip for Tennessee. But yeah, I mean, Illinois. I mean, after that loss to USC, they're kind of just like spiraled a little bit. So I'm gonna take the give me Rocky Top.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with Tennessee.
I think Tennessee beats Illinois in the Music City Bowl and pick up the win. 86% of America picked Tennessee to win this game, so that's kind of interesting to see there. The Valero Alamo Bowl, number 16 USC taking on TCU. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I got the Trojans in this one.
You got the Trojans. Bear, who you got in this game?
Give me the Horned Frogs.
Oh, you going with the 12%? Okay. Who you got, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the Trojans.
I'm gonna go with the Trojans as well. I'm gonna be with 88%. ReliaQuest Bowl, number 23, Iowa, taking on number 14, Vanderbilt. I guess a question for the room. Did Pavia get you know,
Give it.
did Pavia get, shorted or snubbed at the Heisman Trophy?
I don't think he did, and I think he should have never said those comments. But you can't take
Yeah,
back what you already posted. So
yeah. Bear, what you think?
Yeah, I mean, uh, Mendoza had the better
Okay.
see. I mean, record wise, they were. I mean, Indiana had the better year. Stat wise, I mean, Pavia it favored him a little bit, but I mean, like I don't think he got cheated. He just, but like Jalen said, you can't take back what you said on social media.
What you thinking, Juicy, about them comments?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think that really kind of had a part in him not getting the trophy. I mean, though the stats are better, the Heisman is stats mostly, but supposedly they do factor like personal character and whatever too, and that obviously probably played a part in him not getting it. Can't take back what you said, but yeah, I mean Mendoza, I thought had a great season, deserved it. But as for winning the game, though, I'm gonna go with Vandy winning that game.
what you thinking, Jalen?
yeah, I think I think even though he made those comments, his team still gonna get the win.
There.
Oh yeah, I mean
Yeah,
Vanderbilt on paper is clearly the better team. I mean Iowa, uh, you know, likes to ground and
You
pound,
need
but
some more?
they don't really have as good of a passing game as Vanderbilt does. Their quarterback is not as mobile as Pavia is, so I'm gonna take the fighting Pavias in this one.
I got Vanderbilt winning this game. I think they'll,
This is the last.
be able to keep on rolling. Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, Arizona State Sun Devils taking on the Duke Blue Devils.
So
So we
what?
got two Devils running around here. Jalen, which Devil will be superior?
I'm gonna go with the Duke Blue Devils.
You're gonna go with the ACC champion Duke Blue Devils. Who you got, Bear?
The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso.
Yep.
Okay, give me the Duke. Give me Duke then.
All right. Juicy.
I'm gonna go with Duke.
I got Duke winning this one as well. And you know what? 60% of America agrees with us here. The Cheez It Citrus Bowl. I don't know if I like cheese with my oranges too much, basically. So
That
um
doesn't fit as a sponsor. Like
it's an interesting sponsor choice. But Jalen, what you think?
Yeah, now who's in this bowl? I forgot to see who's in this one.
Number 18, Michigan, take on 13, Texas. I might not have said that. My apologies.
Oh, that's the okay. I was wondering when Texas was gonna come up. This it's gonna be a close one. Well, I'm gonna go with Arch. I'm gonna go with Arch in Texas.
Arch is back for next year at Texas, so he's made that known. What you thinking, Bear?
well, whether Orange comes back or not, they were just hoping he wasn't gonna get drafted by the Saints. But got news for you, Cooper. We gonna suck next year too, buddy. So, but no, uh, as much as I didn't trust Arch Manning against in the A&M game, he just he showed everybody up and just came out and had a game of his life. So I guess Archer turned the corner, and Michigan has turned the corner in the wrong direction with that whole issue. Michigan, that's one of the biggest rivalries in college football. Is Michigan against the NCAA sanctions. So uh, I'm gonna take the Archie Mannings in this.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna go with Texas. Like, especially after their last game against A&M, I was impressed with that. Um, Michigan's a mess right now, especially with all the Sharon Moore stuff and that. But I'm gonna go with Texas.
No,
I'm gonna
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead, Bear.
No, I was gonna say I'm sorry. I apologize. And one of the biggest rivalries in college football is Michigan versus a scandal.
I got Texas winning this. I think Texas will beat Michigan. I think Arch is gonna be able to lead his team in this bowl game and be able to pick up a win for and hook 'em horns basically.
Please, Bryce Underwood, come to LSU. Please come to LSU.
SRS distribution Las Vegas Bowl. The Nebraska Cornhuskers take on number 15 Utah Utes. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Yep, I'm going with Utah in this one.
Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, Dylan Raiola wouldn't be a bad choice at LSU either. Although I think Texas Tech has the beat on them. But yeah, I mean Nebraska. I don't even know how they managed to win to get into a bowl game because that offense was terrible even with Raiola. So yeah, give me the running Utes.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'm gonna go with the running youth as well, man. I don't think it's really gonna be that close myself.
Give me the
And
secret
Kyle
lives of the
Whittingham in that game.
Give me the secret lives of the Utah Utes. I got Utah winning this one.
Yeah, Kyle Whittingham's retiring after this game, so it's his last game.
So this is the college football playoff quarterfinal. So I think we all picked Texas A&M. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So it's like Miami slash Texas A&M. 9% of people picked them. Number two, Ohio State. 91% picked them. Jalen, who you got in that matchup?
I think since we did pick Texas, and I still think Ohio State is going to win.
All right. What you think, Bear?
Oh yeah, I mean Texas A&M's defense is good, but Matt Patricia's Ohio State defense is just on another level. Like I don't. And then Julian Saint's the most accurate passer in the country. It doesn't matter who you put him up against. So I think Ohio State would beat him.
Juicy, who you thinking?
Yeah, I think the Buckeyes will beat them.
I think we all picked the Buckeyes across the board here, which I did as well. Give me the Buckeyes to knock off A&M. That's who I picked out of Miami and A&M. So we'll go with that one there. So the next quarterfinal, the Capital One Orange Bowl. It was JMU/Oregon. I think Juicy was the only one that picked Oregon, right?
Yeah.
So the rest of us picked JMU. And then it's number 4, Texas Tech Red Raiders. Jalen, who you got in this game?
Um, man, it's gonna be a tough one. I, I'm gonna go with Texas Tech, but hey, if JMU could beat Oregon, they definitely could beat Texas Tech.
What you thinking, Bear?
Yeah, like Jalen said, if James Madison can beat Oregon, which I mean I think that they will, they could do it, but I don't know, man. Texas Tech that offense is man. They can score in a hurry. They can slow it down and beat you on the ground. And Rodriguez should have been a Heisman finalist as well,
Yeah,
and he
I
was.
agree. I agree.
I agree with that as
I
well.
agree.
I agree.
And
He should have got it over saying.
yeah, he should have been a finalist, and I think it should have he should have been. If he didn't win, it should have finished number 2 in the voting because man, Rodriguez is playing lights out. So I don't know. I think Texas Tech would beat either one of these two teams.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Like Oregon versus Texas Tech.
Yeah, or like since you picked Oregon, it would be Oregon versus Texas Tech for
Man, I
you.
think that'd be a really good game. I think that would, they both high potent offenses. Dude, I don't know, man. I, I would give the edge to Texas Tech though, but man, that would be like a 60 to 50 something game or something.
Well, so I picked JMU to beat Oregon in an upset. I know we all been talking about the offense, but I think Texas Tech's defense doesn't get talked enough about, honestly, between all three of us here. Their
Yeah,
defense, I mean, I think they probably might be the most complete team in college football based on what I'm seeing this year. And they got a bunch of NIL money, so they could definitely throw out the money that way too. So give me the Red Raiders to knock off JMU basically. I think if JMU beats Oregon, I don't think they'll make it out of the second round. Okay, so out next is another quarterfinal matchup, CFP at the Rose Bowl, Alabama or Oklahoma, depending on how you picked, against number 1 Indiana. Who you got, Jalen, in that game?
No, I picked Alabama, but that's gonna come to an end. I think Indiana is gonna win that one. They've had a
Okay,
phenomenal season.
what you thinking, Bear?
yeah. I picked Boomer Sooner, so I don't know. I'm thinking, man, it's a toss up between those two. But I would have to give the edge to Indiana because their offense just does a little bit more with. I know Mendoza is not as mobile as Mateer, but they've got a better passing game overall than Oklahoma does. So I'd have to give the edge to Indiana.
What you thinking, Juicy?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Just mainly no Mateer being the not Mateer, Mendoza being the Heisman winner. And Indiana does have a defense that's somewhat underrated, not talked about. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think Indiana would edge out Oklahoma.
So I picked Alabama, and I'm gonna go against y'all. I know 16% of people pick the same way. I think Alabama goes in there and beats Indiana.
Logan just wants Alabama in the national
It's a
championship.
conspiracy. Chief wants Alabama to be in the semifinals.
You're gonna change your name to Paul Feinbaum. Alabama
I
bias.
hey, and like Paul Feinbaum, I'm a realist. There's a difference. I want whatever drugs that man's taking, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
He got some wild takes, man. I do think that like part of the G5 conversation thing is I do think that his employer paid him off to say those words. That's my conspiracy theory for tonight.
Yeah, and I think ESPN basically strong armed him not to run for Senate in Alabama either.
Disney, yeah, Disney. It's all Disney basically. They make more money if they get a G5 playoff, so it just makes sense. Who owns most of the contracts for these conferences
Yeah,
of the G5? ESPN. I need the Disney umbrella. Worship the mouse. Anyway, college football playoff quarterfinal at the All-State Sugar Bowl, Tulane or Ole Miss, depending on how you picked, against number 3 Georgia. Who you got? Juicy.
Well, I picked Tulane. I was crazy enough to pick Tulane against Ole Miss, but this is honestly where their Cinderella story would end. I don't even really think it would be close. I think Georgia would mop the floor with Tulane.
But man, could you imagine Tulane playing in the Sugar Bowl just like the old days, bro?
For real though, they actually played in the Superdome was actually their home stadium for a while.
Yeah, it was. It was. What you thinking, Bear? We're going backwards, Jalen. You're next.
that's fine.
Gotcha.
I picked Tulane to beat Ole Miss, but it didn't matter if Ole Miss was playing Georgia or Tulane. I mean, yeah, Georgia had to come back to beat Ole Miss in the regular season, but like I told my nephew earlier today, I said you don't Nick said it said two things that for sure. One thing for sure doesn't happen. You don't beat Kirby Smart twice in the regular season, and you don't beat Nick Saban twice in the regular season, even though he's not coaching anymore. But if it was to be a Georgia Ole Miss rematch, I don't to definitely Tulane. Like Georgia would wipe the floor with Tulane, but if Ole Miss would happen to win, like I don't even think it would be close this time. Like Georgia just seems they've been playing better the last like the 3 weeks.
I think Georgia is gonna. I don't think it really would have mattered if Tulane or Ole Miss win this game. I think Georgia just they're another
Yeah,
tier above Ole Miss or Tulane. I picked Ole Miss to win against Tulane. But I do think a G5 team is gonna win either one of those two games. So I picked James Madison to be my G5 team. But I got Georgia winning this game here. Lockheed Martin. Uh Jalen, who you got in that game? I almost passed you up, bro.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say something. I
Go
got
ahead. Go
Georgia, and
ahead.
I got Georgia in that one too.
Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl. Rice Owls taking on Texas State Bobcats. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go with Texas State in this one.
All right. Bear, who you got in this game?
two minor league Texas schools playing, but I guess I gotta go with Texas State.
Who you got, Juicy?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Texas State.
I got Texas State winning too. 90%, 92% of America picks Texas State to win this game. Last year in the Sun Belt for them, and then they're gonna be off to the Pac 12. So
Wow.
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what happens. AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Navy Midshipmen taking on Cincinnati. Who you got, Jalen?
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Who you got, Bear?
I'm taking the other triple option. Give me Navy.
You got Navy. All right. Who you got, Juicy?
I got the Seamen.
Come
The
on, bro.
show, PG show.
I got I got Navy, man.
You know what? You're canceled. You're canceled. Get him off the air.
He's
Have to sit
canceled.
him, get him off the air. This
We was
dude
talking
right
about
here. All right.
FCC. We
Look,
was talking about
I got
FCC
Navy. I got
earlier.
Navy winning this one, bro. Come on. Next game, please.
Somebody had to say it.
No,
No, nobody needed to say that. Okay. Duke's Mayo Bowl. Wake Forest Demon Deacons taking on Mississippi State Bulldogs. Jalen, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go with Mississippi State in this one.
Who you got, Bear?
yeah, Mississippi State's another one of those 5-7 teams that managed to get in a bowl game. But yeah, I think they've got a good shot against Wake Forest. So give me the fighting The fighting Jeff Lebby's in this one.
All right, Juicy, who you got in this game?
I'm gonna go with Jeff Levy getting doused in a tub of mayo after this game.
I got the Demon Deacons win. I think Jeff Levy, I think the not the Gatorade bath, the Mayo bath is gonna be sworn upon him. So Trust and Will Holiday Bowl. Number 17, Arizona Wildcats taking on SMU Mustangs. 78% of America picks Arizona to win this game. Jalen, who you got in this game?
And I'm gonna go with America. I'm gonna pick Arizona.
Who you got, Bear?
What kind of sponsor is Trust and Will anyway? But yeah, give me
I guess
Arizona.
you know what? Probably waiting on somebody to die. That's all I'm gonna say. Who you got, Juicy?
No, I'm gonna go with what America thinks. Apparently, they think Arizona's better. I'm gonna go with Arizona too.
I got it. I got Arizona winning this one. I think they're gonna be a little bit too much for SMU's defense to handle. Verbo Fiesta Bowl. The winner of the Sugar Bowl, 27%, or winner of the Cotton Bowl, 73%. Now, this is what I was talking about earlier in the broadcast about this confusing thing. So, ESPN, Disney, basically thought it was a good idea just to, like, instead of putting the teams that could be potentially like in there, like maybe I wouldn't even mind 4 lists of teams the way you had them. So you have to scroll back up to see who you think would be in the Sugar Bowl. Okay, where am I at? That's Rose Bowl. It's the Tulane, Mississippi, Ole Miss, and Georgia Bulldogs, basically taking on the winner of the Cotton Bowl, which is Ohio State, Miami, or Texas A&M. They could put those 3 teams there. So I think we all picked Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl, and I think we all picked Georgia. Am I correct?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in the semifinal of the Fiesta Bowl, who you got, Jalen? Ohio State or Georgia?
I'm gonna go with Ohio State. I think it's gonna be close.
Okay. Okay. Who you got, Bear?
Yeah, I think Ohio State would win this matchup. They're just their defense is a little better. Their offense is a little better. Julian Sand, like I said earlier, is the most accurate passer in the country. So I think it would be a close game, but you got to give the edge to Ohio State.
What you thinking, Juicy?
I'll go with the Bulldogs, man. I think their defense is a lot better, and then and would be able to slow down Ohio State.
Okay,
Hey,
interesting.
hey, hey, Juicy, you crazy? But
I
you know
am. I
what?
knew that.
Hey, but crazy needs company, and
Hey,
I'm gonna be with you. Georgia's gonna beat Ohio State in the semis and go play for a national championship.
I like it.
All right, the college football playoff semifinal at the Chick-fil-A Bowl. Like once again, the winner of the Orange Bowl, the winner of the Rose Bowl. 83% of the people that picked the winner of the Rose Bowl. So the Rose Bowl, I think, was Indiana, I think, and Alabama and Oklahoma. And the other, let me see, I get so confused with this stuff here. Winner of the Orange Bowl, which is, let's see, I hate going back up to kind of look at these dates and stuff because I might be passing it up. If y'all got the Orange Bowl matchup, feel free to tell me who it is because I think I passed it up. I hate the way ESPN did this. This is so stupid.
I had Indiana and Oregon in my matchup, and then Oklahoma and Alabama.
Orange Bowls ain't the Texas Tech
Not Oklahoma, Alabama. Yeah.
and Indiana. So y'all had Indiana and Texas Tech. I had Texas Tech and Alabama. So who y'all got winning those two out of those two, Jalen?
So Texas Tech, Bama,
No, y'all picked y'all all picked Indiana, I think.
Indiana.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Indiana.
All right. Bear.
Rematch with Ohio State.
Bear, who you got? Did we lose Bear? Yeah, we did. So Juicy, you're up.
Out of who? I'm confused too now. Out of who would it be?
Yeah, I know it's confusing. It's Indiana and Alabama. Well, mine would have been Indiana and Texas Tech, I think. Yeah.
Mine would be Indiana and
Okay, Bear must be back in.
Overheated.
who would I have? I think I picked Texas Tech, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So I'd
Oh,
have
what, it'd
Indiana and
be
Texas Tech.
Indiana and Tech. Okay,
Yeah, I would go with honestly. I would go with Texas Tech.
I
All
would.
right,
Yep,
Bear.
Texas Tech.
You Indiana, Texas Tech. I'm gonna go with Texas Tech as well. I think they would end up winning that one. So the national championship game would be. I think we all like so. Jalen had Ohio State versus Indiana. The rest of us have Texas Tech versus Ohio State. Am I correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
so that is your national championship game. Though the America picks the winner of the Peach Bowl, which is 68%. Which I mean, you don't know how America's thinking. I mean, this thing could be so many different ways. But Jalen, who you got winning it?
I think Ohio State is going to win the rematch and win the national championships.
All right, Ohio State's his national champion. Bear, who you got?
Texas Tech, Ohio State. That's my choice, right?
Yep.
Ohio State. I don't think Texas Tech has enough to slow down Ohio State.
All right, Juicy, who you got?
Is this a semifinal or a national
That's the
championship?
national championship.
What are I thought I picked Georgia. I'm confused, man. Where
Oh,
does
you
Georgia?
might okay. You probably picked Georgia then. So it's just uh
It'd be Ohio State and Georgia, Texas Tech and
no,
Georgia.
it'd be Texas Tech versus Georgia. I think I picked Georgia too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, if Texas Tech and Georgia, I would go with Georgia to be my national champion.
Texas Tech and Georgia. For me, I'm going with Texas Tech. I think they just did enough. Like I'm looking at the recent success of their other sports with NIL and stuff, and you've seen how well they did there. But with most of the money going from like look at softball for example. So I got Texas Tech winning the national championship here. So I guess how many points will be scored in the college football playoff national championship game? Um, Jalen, how many points do you think will be scored?
So it's all together, right?
I'm guessing. That's what I'm assuming.
I'm
Yeah.
going to
You're
go with 54 points.
Okay. Uh, Bear,
48.
48. Okay. Juicy.
I'm gonna go 56.
You're going 56. I'm gonna go with 49. That's where I'm gonna go at. I'm 49. That's the number I had. So, yep, that we picked every single bowl game, guys. I mean, we had a lot to talk about here, a lot of games that we picked here tonight. Is there anything y'all want to say before we get off there? We won't be live here next week. Everybody got Christmas stuff we all got going on here. So, Jalen, anything you want to say before we get off here?
I just want to say thank y'all for tuning in. Keep everything up to date with Fishbowl Sports. And hey, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Yep. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Juicy, anything you want to say?
No, just want to say, have a safe holiday and don't do nothing crazy and don't blow off your finger with New Year's fireworks and
Yeah. Don't make
um,
you have to show up at your house.
don't call EMS because you got a missing finger. But other than that, have a safe Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bear.
Well, Fishbowl Nation, thank y'all so much for the support, for the continued support throughout the year. And this is my first year or first season, well, first year with Fishbowl Sports as a full time member, and it's been a blast. I've really enjoyed it, with the three of y'all, and we appreciate the continued support. And look, we have bigger and better things coming next year on the horizon and start in 2026, and our brand is gonna continue to grow. And Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning into this last episode here of 2025, unless something crazy breaks or something like that. within the next week or so. But thank y'all for just all the support, everybody tuning in here. We just appreciate it. We couldn't do it without the support of everybody, all the fans and everything, and that kind of thing there. So that's just part of what makes Fishbowl, the way it is, because we just couldn't do it without y'all. I mean, that's the end of the day. We are, y'all make this happen. I hope you have a great rest of your 2025. I want to wish each and every single one of y'all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. From Fishbowl Sports to your family here. Hope you have a great and wonderful night, and we'll see y'all next time in 2026. Have a good night, Fishbowl Nation.
Good night.
Good night.